Why is it so hard to ask for money? Do you find it difficult to ask for money? If so, you're not alone, and you're going to want to watch right to the end of today's episode because we're diving into why it's so challenging and what you can do about it to make it so much easier. Hey there, I'm Nafissa Shireen, and welcome to Living Forward TV, where we help you to create a thriving business you absolutely love all around your personal freedom. And each week we bring you extra resources that you can download and use in your business right away so that you can get results faster. And today, I'm going to help you get really, really comfortable asking for money. A lot of entrepreneurs, and especially women, really struggle to ask for money for their services. They're not comfortable stating their fees, and they're certainly not comfortable asking for a non-refundable deposit, or they'll even feel awkward if they need to ask a client to get their account current. And I've seen so many barter their services for ones they don't even want in return. And how many of you let people pick your brain? And hey, I've done it too. And it never feels good when any of that stuff happens. And, you'll tell yourself when it happens, ugh, I'm not going to let that happen again, right? And then it happens again. So why do we do it? It really comes down to conditioning and beliefs about money. Now, most of us were raised to not talk about money or to never talk about it. It's a taboo subject, and asking for it in any way, shape, or form is just not cool. And if you're coming from a previous career where you were an employee, you're also conditioned to not get paid by the person you're providing the direct service to. Think about it, whether it's patients in a hospital, the company's clients, internal staff members, you showed up and you served them, and then somebody else paid you. And even though they did pay you in one way or another, whether it was through insurance, through taxes, through a purchase to the company, it was very indirect, and there was a whole lot of layers between them having a payment and it landing in your bank account. The very nature of employment, in my mind anyway, creates a complete disconnect between who you serve and how you're paid. And let's not forget that you also never had to ask for it. Your paycheck just showed up every 2 weeks in your bank account. So start off by giving yourself a break. You've got a lifetime of professional and personal conditioning working against you when it comes to asking for money. Until now, that is. Because you see, once you become aware of something, you can never become unaware. I know when I first had this awareness of who I was serving versus who was paying me, it was a life-changing paradigm shift for me. And I'm really hoping that right now, some bells and light bulbs are going off for you on this topic. Now, if you've just had a huge aha moment, give me a like and tell me below. Of course, however, awareness means nothing if you don't do something about it. And so the first step in working past the discomfort of asking for money is really an internal step. You need to examine the beliefs and the patterns and the conditionings that you've been carrying with you to this point. I've only given you 2 today. You need to uncover them all, especially the ones that are unique to you and to your family legacy. Most people need help with this, and this is why I truly believe that having a coach is so important. I'm going to link to a previous episode about why I believe having a coach is really important, and I want you to watch that. But in short, what I can tell you today is that conditioning goes really deep, and I don't know anyone, myself included, who has broken through limiting beliefs in their money mindset all on their own without any help. Now, once you've done the deep internal work, that's when it's time to focus on the practical steps that you actually need to get in place so that you can get clear on asking for money. So the first thing you want to do is get clear on your offerings and get clear on your prices. That way it's imprinted and indelible in your mind when you're talking to people. I'm telling you, if there's any uncertainty at all, it then becomes an emotional gray area for you, and it'll affect your confidence and you'll hold back. Get clear on what you're offering and firm on your pricing, and know the boundaries of what's a chargeable service versus what's your free marketing content. This way, you'll know when it's time to turn a casual conversation into a discovery session. And I'm actually going to help you with that because I know sometimes that can seem a little bit difficult. I'm going to give you some word-for-word scripts, and you can grab them below this video. you will be amazed at just how graceful and easy it can be. When it comes to asking for the money itself, what you want to do is practice, practice, practice. I once had a mentor tell me to ask for double my fee in front of the mirror 500 times. And at the time, I thought he was absolutely out of his mind. But you know what? I did it. And when I did it, it took all the emotional charge out of asking for money, and it made stating my fees and asking for money as simple as leaning over to someone and saying, "Can you pass the cream for my coffee?" Oh, and by the way, after doing it 500 times, my original fee seemed so silly and low, so I got an instant pay raise. Trust me on this one. Practice, practice, practice. And then when you're done practicing in front of a mirror, practice on a friend, because that's going to help you see if there's any emotional charge left. And if there is, go back to the mirror and keep practicing until there isn't. And make sure that you complement that practicing with your money mindset coaching. The thing to remember is that money is simply a mechanism for fair exchange. And I'm pretty sure you were never uncomfortable accepting or receiving a paycheck in your previous career. And asking for money for your services can be just as comfortable and easy. So remember these 3 things. 1, do the internal work. 2, do the practical work on your offerings and pricing and create firm boundaries for yourself. And 3, practice, practice, practice until it's easy. If you found today's episode helpful, please share it with someone who you know needs it and subscribe to my channel. And I want to hear from you. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you found most helpful today. And I'm hoping you had some really big awarenesses today. And if you have more questions or you need more help, then I'd like to invite you to join me in the Living Forward Facebook community. That's where I come to you live each week on After the Episode. I take your questions and we're able to interact. It's also a great place to network and build your business. To join us, all you have to do is go to livingforwardcommunity.com, click the Join Now button, and I'll see you on the inside.